Energy! 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 It's what makes the world go round. It what powers everything from your TV to your toaster to your electric toothbrush. There's several different sources of energy. There's fossil fuels, there's hydroelectric, and there's nuclear energy. But there's one that stands out beneath all of them. It's science!
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Solar energy! 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 Renewable resources are taking the world by storm. In Canada alone, 63% of all energy consumption is from completely renewable sources.
Whoa.
Yet solar isn't so popular. In the world, it's less than 1% of all energy consumption, and in Canada, it accounts for 4% of your average energy bill. Yet, solar panels are becoming more and more revolutionary, and eventually, they'll be the way of the future. A new revolutionary idea is we can turn all of our streets and roadways into solar roadways. And this technology, it already exists. The way of the future is now. This technology could power our entire country. No heat engine needed. No thermal or air pollution. Unlimited fuel supply!
Bill?
Huh, sorry. It's solar energy! Just like it sounds, solar energy is energy that's taken straight from the sun and transferred into either heat or electrical energy.
No duh, Bill.
For heat, there's two different processes. There's passive and there's active. Let's talk about active. Active solar heating is when the sun's energy hits the rooftop of a building, which has a solar panel on it. The solar panel then transfers that energy directly into heat. Here's how it works. The solar rays from the sun come and hit the solar panels here. The photons of light are then transferred directly into heat energy, and that heat is then transferred into a carrier fluid, a gas or a liquid, usually water. That carrier fluid is then transferred down into a supply, which then, pumped through tubes, is in contact with a flat plate collector. That heat is then transferred into the rooms of the house, and presto, you got active solar heating. Another active system includes a blackened metal and glass. The glass allows visible light to pass through it and hit the metal plate. The metal plate traps the heat within it, and the layer of gas in between the plate and the glass keeps it insulated. Then, the heat is transferred into the carrier fluid, and the same process occurs. Completely renewable! No air pollution, no thermal pollution, unlimited fuel supply, no heat engine needed. It's perfect!
Calm down, Bill.
You're right, there are some disadvantages. Firstly, there's a huge space limitation because in order to use this resource, you need a lot of solar panels. Secondly, solar panels are very expensive, and it'll be a little bit before you pay it back. And third, on a cloudy day, only a fraction of the solar rays actually make it through, so it's not the most reliable resource. At night, some of the solar rays reflects off the moon and can hit the solar panel, so it still produces energy. But it is nothing compared to the magnitude of the sun.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Here's an experiment you can try at home that can illustrate the power of the sun. Step 1. Fill up a bowl with water. Step 2. Take the temperature of the water. Right now it's at 15 degrees. Step 3. Bring the water outside. Step 4. Bill, what's step 4?
Wait outside for 2 hours.
What? I'm freezing. I've been outside for 2 hours. What the heck do I do now?
Now, check the temperature of the thermometer. It should have gone up by at least 5 degrees.
What the heck? It's gone down by 4! Do you know the second law of thermodynamics? Heat can only be transferred from a hot object to a cold object. It can't be transferred from a cold object to a hot object. You guys are just idiots. What the
Science.
are you doing?
Come here. Do you want to be on the show or not?
Yeah.
Alright, you listen to me. It's my way or the highway. Throw out everything you know about science. I am science. So let's try it again, and we're going to do it right this time, okay?
Look, it's gone up 5 degrees. It's science.
Nye the Science Guy.
We'll talk about passive solar heating, which takes advantage of architectural design to heat up a house. Here we have a house.
Good job.
It is very well insulated walls and has a large glass window here. The window is facing towards the south in the southern hemisphere and towards the north in the northern hemisphere. In the southern hemisphere, I mean. That's because it wants to get the sunlight all day.
Nice armadillo.
Now, if the sun is here, in the summer, most of the solar rays will hit the sunshade, so the house stays cool. Whereas in the winter, the sun may be here. Now, how will the sun heat the building? Answer. Wait, no, discussion. The rays will go through the glass window and will be trapped by the insulated walls, and the heat will be transferred into the house directly. Then, by the process of convection, the heat will be transferred through to the other rooms, and it heats up the rest of the house very effectively. Free solar energy, no heat engine needed, no thermal or air pollution. It's perfect. That's not exactly true, Julia Summermiller, because
Tell him, Bill.
although it's relatively inexpensive, you can't rely on the sun at all times to heat your house. So you'll still need to buy an expensive heating system. So it's not exactly reliable. Me? What are you doing? Oh, well I just, I didn't have a good segue into the next part. Just use a segue. The third solar energy source we'll be talking about is a solar cell, or a photovoltaic cell. It transfers solar energy directly into electricity.
How does it work, Bill?
Well, that's a good question. Over here we have a photovoltaic cell to show you guys at home. Inside is a semiconductor, which is something that has its electrons easily excited so they can move around and bounce off of each other. Usually in a photovoltaic cell, it is silicon. One side is dipped in a chemical that makes it positive, and one side is dipped in a chemical that makes it negative. Then, the photons come from the solar rays and hit the silicon, which excites the electrons, and they all want to move towards the positive side. But they're intercepted from a wire. Then the wire goes through and hits a load, and then presto! Free electricity for all!
Bill, your nose is bleeding.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Solar energy is not perfect. First of all, it's very expensive. Secondly, there is a lot of chemical pollution during its manufacturing. And thirdly, if we wanted to use solar panel as a mass energy resource, we would need a lot of space. And I mean a lot of space, because
Whoa, Bill.
the sun's energy isn't concentrated, so we would need hundreds or thousands of solar panels just to collect the sun's energy. Although solar energy is being perfected, it comes nowhere near nuclear energy. You heard that right. It can power this calculator, but it can't power a city.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
It's what makes the world go round. It will power. Science. No. It's totally your fault that it falls over.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Underneath.
Yeah, just the lap go. That's really all. Okay. Come over here now.
Yeah. You can do it all in different takes.
Okay, okay. So we'll do first take right now. And what do you want right now? Just your mouth?
Not yet. Just like a little farther out.
And we got just your mouth and your nose kind of.